should have a fine angle here, hopefully. Anyway, I normally do these lives much earlier, but this is when I could do it, so I decided, why not? Let's see how it goes. It's, what time is it now? It's 7-ish, 6:40 p.m. And usually I would do them either around 7 a.m., 8 a.m. my time, or maybe around 4 p.m. But now we'll see how it goes a bit later. And normally I don't have free time at this time, but we'll see. Oh, Rokat is here with us. Hello, Rokat said hi. Hello back to you, Rokat. Hope you're having a great day, and thank you for joining us. I changed the room a little bit, so a bit of a different background, but still the same, just a different tree. Um, how are you doing? How has your day been? And is there anything special with you? Anything new? Let us let us know. Anything that you would like to share. I would just like to mention here it's getting hotter and hotter every day, and we're expecting really like even hotter temperatures. Now it's around 33 degrees, but we're expecting it to go to like 40 in on Monday in a few days, and that's going to be really tough. Hopefully you don't have the issue with that. Hopefully you don't have issue with that much heat, but if you do, hope you are using air conditioning and staying away from all that heat. Here it's a bit tough. Like when I go to work, it's kind of, well, it's early in the morning, so it's kind of okay. But then when I'm coming home, regardless of how I travel, be it by car or bus, it's still really, really hot and tricky. So yeah, hopefully you don't have to deal with that much heat, and hopefully you have some good weather coming your way as well. Okay, let's go through the comments a little bit. Priscilla Sanchez. Well, I can read Sanchez at least. My apologies for reading it probably the wrong way. That first part of your name says hey, so hello to you as well. Thank you for joining us and being active in the chat. Walter Bellin said hi, so hello to Walter also. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for liking the video. Also, obviously, if you subscribe, I appreciate it very much. It helps me a lot, and helps the channel grow, and hopefully gets us more and more videos, better videos, and all that. Hope you folks are having a great day, and regardless of, I guess, day or evening, depending on what time zone you're in. And if anybody has any questions or topics that they would like us to discuss, feel free to leave them in the comments. Walter says, my name is Robinson. Thank you for sharing that, for clarifying. Nice to meet you, Robinson. We'll call you Robinson from now on. Thank you for clarifying, and yeah, for being part of this chat today. Vendetta is here again. V is back. Says, hey, Daves, I'm back, and welcome back, my friend. Thank you for joining us again. Great to see you. Hope that you're having an awesome day yourself, and hope that you have some also nice plans for the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, so the weekend's basically almost here, and lots of free time for everybody, I hope, and should be, I guess, lots of fun plans as well. My real name's Kaka, just call me that. That's V said. Very nice to make your acquaintance, Kaka, like the footballer, like the famous footballer that played for a lot of teams, but I liked him in Inter in Milan um, a lot. But yeah, famous football player, and now V is also quite famous, but cool name, Kaka. And V for Vendetta is, by the way, a great movie as well. So nice. You've got that going for you. Cool name and a cool username or nickname. Apologies, I'm just trying to stay as hydrated as I can, as it is really, really hot. Cheren 1988 said hi, hello there. Thank you for joining us, and feel free to leave your questions, comments, observations, or topics in the chat. Cheren, thank you. And Robinson says, David, I'm subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. Really means a lot to me. And yeah, the more subscribers we get, the better, the faster we can grow, and better, hopefully, the videos can get as well. So thank you very much for your subscription, Robinson. Really much appreciated. Thank you, everybody, as well, for liking and subscribing. It means a lot. Just call me Lexi. I change my name, says Cheren. Okay, Lexi, awesome. Thank you. We're getting to meet people here and see what the real names are behind the usernames. So very cool. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Lexi. Annette said hi. Hello, Annette. Thank you for joining us and for being part of the chat, obviously. Thank you for all the likes as well. So I was wondering what you folks are up to, and was just testing how this live chat would go at this time. Normally, I don't have free time at 7 p.m., which is what the time is for me now. But today is the day that I had some free time, so I decided to do to do the live and see how you folks are doing, and see what we could talk about. So obviously we can talk about anything. Just let me know the topics of choice, and yeah, we'll go over them. I was just mentioning when it's really hot, like for example here, it's really hot today, and just a small piece of advice for people: bring a bottle of water with you anywhere you go, and you could sprinkle just a little bit of salt, which will give you some electrolytes, which are needed, because if it's really hot, you're probably going to be sweating a lot, and then you need to replenish those electrolytes. So a bit of salt can help with that, and maybe adding just a bit of lemon water, or lemon, that is, if you like that, or lime, gives you a bit more vitamin C and helps refresh you as well. You look friendly and nice. What is this live about, says Annette. I'm glad you asked that question, and it is a good, important question, Annette. Basically, I just wanted to see how you folks are doing, and we could talk about anything, pretty much. I didn't have a particular topic in mind. I'm open to any kinds of discussions. I can usually, if there's no particular topic that people want to talk about, I usually talk a bit about maybe fitness, or maybe some experience that I had as a teacher and things like that. Just something that I think might interest some people. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, thank you for your question, Annette. Robinson says, David, are you live again tomorrow? So yes, I should be. When will it be? Tomorrow I'm getting home from work at around 4, which is 3 hours earlier than now, and I'll have free time around then. So I think about like 3 hours earlier than now, or maybe 2.5. I'll do a live. On work days, that's usually when I go live, but on weekends, it's early in the morning, like 8 or 9 a.m. My time. It's for me. That is the time here is GMT plus one, if that helps. But thank you for the question. Sorry. And it asks here. It's also very hot, 39 degrees Celsius. Wow, at the moment that's scorching. But we don't have AC here usually. Wow. Okay. So what do you do for cooling off? How do you cool off when it's that hot and you don't have AC? Like, do you just use a fan, or are there some other methods? And 39 is no joke, like really serious temperatures, quite hot and difficult to bear when you're outside. When you're in home, I guess you can always have some like cold water and cold shower and stuff like that. But at when you're outside, it's tricky. I've known some people got like heat strokes, and those are quite dangerous. And that's why I mentioned the bottled water thing with a bit of salt. It can help prevent those. So yeah, just something to keep in mind in this hot weather if you folks are experiencing the same like heat wave sort of thing. But yeah, it's something to be, I guess, mindful of. We don't want to be too reckless, like you know, go out, you don't have any water with you, you forget to hydrate, and then you might regret it. But yeah, hopefully you all folks know how to best rehydrate and cool yourselves. I have a little fan with moisturizing spray. Not sure if it's cooling more with or without water, says Annette. Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I think when it's that humid, I mean, when it's high humidity and high temperature, it could be a bit more difficult to bear sometimes. But if that spray is like hitting you, then it could have like a more of a cooling effect, I think. I know before, like, and I know some people that went, for example, to Africa and did this kind of thing. Without AC, something that could help with a fan is like if you get something like a bottle of water, or even better, like some 5 liter gallon or big jug of water, put it in a freezer, and then when it freezes, put it just in front of your fan. That way, the fan will blow colder air towards you and keep you cooler. Um, sorry, the chat just got away from me. So Robinson says, "Sorry, David, I have to sleep. Don't worry. Of course, I hope to see you again soon, Robinson. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for staying so far, and for the nice chat as well. Nice meeting you. Hopefully, see you soon, and hope you have a nice evening and good night's sleep. So, see you later. Hopefully tomorrow." Bye. See you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Take care, Robinson. Thank you for being with us. So yeah, those kinds of things I think can keep you cooler, and also I would say, and also not something I guess we should say often, but yeah, something that can help is staying hydrated. When it's that hot, you obviously need to have a higher intake of liquid, of water, preferably. The problem is I don't have access to a freezer. Yeah, that then is an issue. I'm sorry to hear that. It's a fan, uh, definitely then helps. And yeah, it's tricky without a freezer and without AC. and with just a fan, um, if like if you're at home and it's not like a working environment, then yeah, having that and frequent, I guess, colder showers, or uh, if it's getting like really, really hot or too hot, then having like a wet something, like a wet blanket on you, it can help and keep you cooler. But yeah, that's something that you should see what's the, I guess, the best way to do that. And yeah, it's tricky, especially for sleep. I guess I could imagine like without AC and other means of cooling, it's quite difficult then to fall asleep and to have a, even when you do fall asleep, it's difficult to have a good quality sleep without being properly cooled. So yeah, that's a tricky one on it. I hope that heat wave passes soon and that you are again in like a comfortable weather conditions, and that it gets much easier. You must think I am in a developing country now, Ella. Well, not. I mean, I didn't. Um, my mind didn't go that way, but yeah, I guess now it it could. And nothing wrong with being in a developing country, or like it's wherever whatever country you're in, you I guess were maybe born there, so um, it's not like, and not difficult. Like developing countries are not necessarily bad. There can be some good things. It's more like the most important things, I guess, would be like the rights that people have and how much freedom and things like that. But then, yeah, obviously the economy is important as well. But yeah, it depends. And thank you. Hoping it will be cooler after the thunderstorms from Sunday. Okay, yeah, that I guess those storms and the rain can bring a much cooler atmosphere if there's a strong wind. That could help as well. But yes, in the summer, thunderstorms are quite frequent, I guess, or more frequent than in winter. That's for sure. So yeah. Um, IT or it baking, yeah. Mazbot says it baking, yeah, yeah. It's quite hot, baking hot, pretty much. And it just realized my comment was latently. Was it? I mean, I didn't get that. Um, or who's, who's that outside? Um, outside, well, there's just a tree, and there's um, Akat. By the way, is asking who's outside. There's, I don't know. There's a park outside, so lots of people. I mean, lots, maybe 10ish people with kids, and yeah, neighbors with kids, dogs as well, and who else could you hear? Maybe crickets as well. I don't know if you hear those, but yeah, you could hear dogs, cats, crickets, birds, and neighbors with kids. That's pretty much it. I didn't mean to. Sorry, there is Mr. Tree outside, says Annette. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Mr. Tree is quite helpful because this room, we call it the green room, because of the. There's actually one, two, three, four, four trees, and they give us quite nice shade during the day, and helps us cool off. But yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize that or I didn't see your comment as being that. thought it was a regular, normal comment. So yeah, no worries. And if anybody found it offensive, racist, anything like that, I think there's no need for that. So don't worry on that. It's all good. But yeah, I was gonna say, regardless of what country people are in, we we shouldn't judge that. I mean, we should think about that if we're traveling to that country, what we want to see and all that. But other than that, it's we all live, um, especially on the internet. There's people from all around the world, so uh, it's really not. I don't judge people based on what country they're from. I could judge maybe the culture, stuff like that, but each individual person, that's a different thing. Dogs and cats, love it, but this isn't a shelter or anything like that. No, it's um, I'm just filming from home, and there's the dogs and cats that you might hear are, well, some of them are from the neighbors, and some are just street dogs and cats. There's one street, basically there's two streets that connect. On the one side, that street usually has lots of cats, and the other one has maybe one or two stray dogs that people here feed. They feed both the cats and dogs, and and the birds. And so yeah, they live mostly in harmony, and sometimes they fight a little bit. So you could hear a bit of barking, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a smaller neighborhood, smaller community, so I guess people are nicer because of that. Since, or at least from what I've seen, like larger communities, there's more distance there, and less, you get to know your neighbors a bit less. Um, and it asks, where are you anyway, or says, where are you anyway? So there's two ways that I can answer this, because people sometimes ask this. And if you like, I can give you clues and you can then guess, or I can tell you right away. So just let me know which option you would prefer, and then I'll let you know. I'll either tell you right away where I am, or I'll give you hints and clues to do that. Um, Ivana is back and says this. Hello, Ivana. Thank you for being here again. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a great day. I know it's pretty hot, and I hope that you are having some nicer, or well, less hot weather where you are, because yeah, here in it's if I remember correctly, Ivana is just relatively close to my city, and I'm hoping that it's cooler at her place, because here it's scorching. So Annette says clues. Okay, I'll give you first like the more difficult clues, and then as we go down, I'll try and make them like easier and easier. So first clue: country in Europe. And I'll wait just a little bit and then give you second clue, and then so on. So hopefully it will be interesting and fun. If it stops being fun, let me know, and yeah, I'll let you know. I'll tell you the right answer. But yeah, country in Europe, and it's a small country. Um, Also, what I could think, well, depends if you like geography and all that, but it's like east, southeast Europe, and we do not have connections to the sea. Oh, really? Like Liechtenstein. LOL. Okay, that's a nice guess, because it is a small country, but no, not the country has how, I don't know how many, about, yeah, not Liechtenstein. we've got about 6 to 7 million people. So, and it's not densely populated. The capital city is, but the rest of the country is not so densely populated. Oh, sorry about the loud noises. Hope that's okay. But yeah, it's the outside. Anything can happen. Yeah, we were before. We were connected to the sea because we were. This country and a few other countries were together. Oh, I've got a sparrow that maybe you can hear. Yeah. Forget about numbers, can never remember such facts. Yeah, okay. I don't like numbers myself. There's a sparrow right on the balcony, and I'm trying not to scare it away. You might hear it. He's pretty cute. So, yeah, not numbers. Mohammed says something that I cannot even read. But hello, Mohammed. Thank you for being with us. Okay, next fact for Annette. It's a sort of developing country. Hungary is a great guess, and I didn't even start giving you like really good clues. So excellent guess. You are close, but not Hungary. Uh, we're there. We're there somewhere. Um, what could I say? Okay. Um, it's a country that has a lot of Orthodox Christians. Um, for example, you have Orthodox Christians in Russia, a lot of them, but Russia is a huge country and all that. The language here sounds or is similar to Russian in a way. The last names of people usually end with ich. And if you like sports, we've got a few famous sports people or athletes. We've got a famous tennis player. We've got a famous NBA player. And okay, yes. So one of the two. Annette is narrowing it down to two choices, and that is correct. So the first one, because Annette said, Serbo-Croatia, so Serbia or Croatia, and the correct answer is the first one, so Serbia is the correct answer. Great job, Annette. That's really good. I didn't even get to those really like big clues like Nikola Tesla and stuff like that. So awesome, awesome. And also especially great because you know both Serbia and Croatia. And yeah, once we were one country with some other countries here as well. So yeah, good knowledge there shown by Annette. That's funny. Have a good friend from there. Oh, glad to hear it. Cool. Did you ever visit, or did your friend ever tell you something that's unique to hear, or did you hear anything that's like interesting about it? But cool that you have a friend from here. I myself am in the capital city of Serbia, which is called Belgrade. And what could I say about like Belgrade is the densely populated one, but I can't speak the language. Yeah, the language is very difficult to learn. It's difficult to speak. It's difficult to learn the grammar. But one thing that is very easy about this language is the alphabet, because the alphabet has the letters, or the letters that you use, and the way that you write is the same way that you speak. Why are you there at all? asks Annette. Good. Also, thank you for the question. Um, well, I am Serbian, and I am from here. So yeah, I live here. If I love to travel, but if I could choose another country to live in, it would probably be Greece because I love the beaches there and the history, and the people are quite similar to people here. So yeah, that would be, I guess, my next choice. But yeah, I am from here, so that's the main main reason. Um, so yeah, thank you for asking that. Um, and what was I gonna mention? Oh yeah, just a small thing about the alphabet here. It's like when you look at, for example, the English language, and you have the alphabet that we use for communicating in English. When you're writing, it's not the same as when you speak. So, for example, when you say hello, you have to write the H, the E, two L's, and an O. And then you spell it with like that, H and E and all that. In Serbian, one letter is one sound. And so it's like E, A, B, V, G, D, so on. So each letter is just one sound, and that is exactly how you would say something. You write it that way. So, for example, if I have a friend who doesn't speak a word of English, I can write in Serbian how he should pronounce English words, and he'll read them exactly like that. And it says, okay, but you don't have any accent. Your English is perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know. Some people would say I have a bit of an accent for some things. Others say like I have a when I talk with some people from the US, they would say, I can't place your accent. Is that Canadian? Da, da, da. Are you more like North? When I talked with, because I was having students from Asia, when I would talk with them, they would think it's more of a British accent and so on. But awesome. Thank you. It's a, I'm sorry. It's a big compliment. So thank you very much, Annette. Glad you think so. And yeah, it's just something that I enjoyed English when I was a kid. I guess worked on it a lot. I watched a lot of cartoons and then movies, and started talking, met some friends who are English as well, and yeah, I got better and better. And it says, that's right, perfect. You must have been to the US. It's not British. Yeah, thank you. I also wouldn't say it's British, but I guess for to them it sounded like that. I have not been to the U.S. No, I would love to one day, but it's there's a few issues with traveling to the U.S. Firstly, if I would to travel, I would to the U.S. That is, I would love to be there for at least like 2 3 weeks minimum, because it's a huge country, lots of things to see, lots of things to explore. And so I can't really have that much time. I don't have that luxury of having that much free time at the moment. That's one thing. The second thing would be it's very costly. It's quite expensive, and the economy here in Serbia is quite low, very low compared to the U.S. So I would need to save a lot to go. But unfortunately, my or our savings here first will go to some other more pressing things, more important things, and then when we can, we'll travel. But yeah, it's our wish. When I say ours, I mean my wife and my wish as well to visit the U.S. one day. You're right, not worth the trip for just a few days. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like the time difference as well, like just getting there and needing to adjust to the jet lag and all that, plus so many things to see, so like anywhere, East Coast, West Coast, up and down. It's like I don't know where first I would love to go. My wife would love to see New York. I'm also very interested in seeing that. I'd love to go to some national parks, Yellowstone, and I would also really much love to see like those huge redwoods down on the. I guess that would be like your south coast. So yeah, yeah, that's lots of things to see. I have a few friends from US, or I have, for example, one friend from Serbia, but he moved to the States. I'm not sure how long ago, but years ago. And yeah, he's living there. He's having a great time. So shout out to Igor. Um, Green Hat is back. Good evening. And Green Hat said hi. Glad to hear. Sorry, here. Glad to read from you, Green Hat. Glad to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a great day, my friend, and hope that it's not as hot as it is here, because yeah, here it's quite scorching. Annette says, and with Trump treatment of foreigners, I wouldn't go there now. And Annette says hi to Green Hat as well. Well, yeah, that's. I don't know how that would work. Getting the visa or green cards and stuff like that, getting the papers, like doing all the paperwork as well, is quite tricky. Um, so yeah, that's I don't know if I would get those even, but yeah, would have to try, and then I don't know how it would look like going there. Now, how's the situation with foreigners? It's yeah, definitely going a bit out of hand. So yeah, that's also difficult to predict. But yeah, yeah. Dragan Miletic said hi, hello there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of the chat. Green Hat asks about the weather. It's quite hot. It's 30. Last time I looked, it was like 33 and humid. And it's going to be even hotter. Like tomorrow, I think it's 36. Same for the weekend. Then Monday is like 39, 40. So yeah, we're bracing ourselves for the heat wave. Quite difficult to get a good night's sleep because of it, but it is what it is. Trying to cool off whenever we can. Um, and yeah, I was gonna say, when we traveled to Greece, it was in some places it was the same kind of temperature as here, like 33 at the time. That was last year. Sorry, the year before. And there, the humidity was quite lower than it is here, like significantly lower by like 20%. And we could bear it much better. When it's humid like it is now, the heat is much more difficult to bear. So there's there's that. And Green Hat is saying hello back to Annette. So glad we're having a friendly atmosphere here. Uh, Annette asks, "Where are you from, Green Hat? Ireland?" That's a good guess because I guess of the green hats. I mean, the green hat here is from South Park. I mean, I guess that's the reference to South Park. But green hat is a good guess for Ireland because yeah, Irish have lots of green hats, lots of green in their culture. Thank God we haven't had a heat wave yet, says Green Hat. Yeah, that's great to hear. I'm glad that it's not that it's. I was gonna say that it's not there yet, but I hope that it doesn't even reach you. So, yeah, that's a good thing. I have a different guess for where Green Hat is from, but maybe he will tell us himself. So yeah, let's see if Green Hat will wants to share where he's from. I was thinking because of the national colors of their flag, says Annette. Yeah, yeah, that's a good guess because of those colors, and it's also like for example for St. Patrick's Day, green is the main color for the day for the celebration, and the Irish celebrate it. So yeah, that's a pretty good guess. Irish, by the way, I've said this in one of the previous lives, but have a good, I mean good, have a big, strong is a better word, strong connection to the Serbian people, because in one of the battles in World War II, they were protecting the Serbian civilians who were retreating, and a small group of Irish soldiers sacrificed themselves to protect the Serbian civilians who fled to safety, and a lot of other things also connects us with Ireland, and we've got a lot of like songs and things that are devoted to them, like in some sort of thanks. So yeah, shout out to the Irish for that. And Green Hat is answering Annette, saying, "Interesting assumption. You're only off by a couple thousand kilometers." Wow. Okay, that could be then anywhere, but not in like UK. I was born on St. Patrick's Day. Actually, spent one in Ireland in 1985. Whoa, nice. Um, was that? That's a cool birthday. By the way, that's very nice. You can feel extra special then, I think, on your birthday. That's awesome. Also, I hope that when you went there, that you have like some fond memory memories. Sorry, because to me, Ireland seems beautiful. I have never been. People seem to have quite a bit of character, but in general, like the nature that I mean, nature's almost anywhere beautiful, but in Ireland, I like those forests and stuff. They look quite magical, like the folklore and all that. Merlin's back says hi, was heading out and your stream popped up. Great to have you back with us, Merlin. I was wondering where you were these few days. Uh, Glad to see you. Thank you for joining us. And I don't want to keep you, of course. Hope you're gonna go out and have some fun. So, of course, thank you for stopping by. But don't let us keep you from fun and hopefully having a good day or evening yourself. And I hope that you're doing well. So glad to see you, man. Really happy to hear from you. And it says, yeah, it was good Kriak, as they say. Nice, nice. Um, Green Hat says 1985 was 18 years before I was born. Wow. Okay. So we can now, I mean, I was going to say yes, we can now determine how old is Green Hat. And Green Hat, by the way, has some nice knowledge of some historical facts, by the way. So, yeah, that's a cool a little thing about Green Hat. Merlin's back says, "You look well. Thank you. Thank you very much. I guess I get a bit more sleep, or when I do the live streams on the on the weekend, I get up early, so then I look a bit different, I would say. And yeah, I'm just a bit tired from work and quite hot, but thank you. I feel fine, so yeah, it's good. Um, Annette says, I'm afraid I have to leave soon. My dog needs to go outside. Oh, you have a dog. That's awesome. Do you mind telling us something about your dog? Like what kind of breed he or she is, how old, anything really. But yeah, by all means, obviously, we don't want to keep you and your dog, Annette. So I'm sure he or she, I'm sure your dog will enjoy the walk. It's much needed. So yeah, yeah. By all means, we'll obviously and hopefully see each other again in the live soon. Hanan's video says hi. Hello there, Hanan. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being active in the chat. I would also like to thank everybody for the likes and subscriptions. It helps me a lot and means a lot to me as well. But I'll be back, I think. He is about 9 now. Got him from Croatia. Oh, cool. When he was about 2. Awesome. Whoa. So that I don't know how difficult it is to adapt to a dog that's 2 years old. That like you get a dog that's already 2 years old because the dog might have some habits. It might be difficult to teach him something, and I'm guessing Annette's dog, or the dog that Annette will walk, is the one in the photo, which is a very cute pooch. Um, so very cool, very cool, and 9 years now. That's awesome. My wife's family, they have 4 dogs. One is a Chihuahua, and the 3 are like street dogs, adopted dogs. So no like special breed. And one of them is really old. One of them is pushing 17 years, which is like remarkable for a dog. And one of them is a real rascal. He likes to sneak into the house when he shouldn't be in the house and then just climb on the sofa and stare at the TV. But yeah, they're all pretty awesome. Um, but yeah, thank you for sharing that about your doggo, Annette. And yeah, yeah, enjoy your walk, and I'm sure your doggy will enjoy it as well. So yeah, yeah, have fun, and hopefully it's not too hot. So yeah, watch out for that heat that you mentioned. 39 is quite hot. So yeah, watch out for that, but stay in the shade, I guess. um, Thank you all for the great and very interesting chat. I am glad to hear that you folks are doing well. And it says he's a mix terrier, mix from the streets. Okay. He is the oh, the cuddliest boy, wanting almost any stranger to pet him. He's not the one in my pick. That was my predecessor. That was his, sorry. That was his predecessor, Enzo. He passed in 2021. Oh, shout out to Enzo. He looks awesome. And the doggo that you have now is that's really great that he's so friendly, and I think that shows your character as well, because I would say dogs pick up on that and they behave based or influenced by their owners or their family. So I would say that reflects really positively on you, Annette. So that's awesome. And yeah, it's great to see a friendly dog like that. I know, yeah, my wife's family, as I mentioned, have 4. One of them is also a mixed terrier or something, and she's really nice, but she's also quite stubborn, and that's kind of a cute trait that she has, but it can be sometimes a bit more difficult for them to teach her something or show her something or something like for example, she never wants to sit down even if it's good for her. She's always just jumping around and stuff. I have a specific question, says Green Hat. Excellent. Okay, love those. How strong is the language barrier between Serbs, Croats, Bosnians, and Macedonians? Or Macedonians? Macedonians, I guess, would be um, better. Macedonians would be in Serbian. Excellent question. So, um, where to start? I like going into a lot of detail, but I also don't want to, waste your time. So I'll try to keep it not too short and not too long. And by the way, thank you for the great question. Apologies for the train. So there's and just to read Annette's comment as well, and then going back to Green Hat's question. Oh, and ADHD doggy, guessing he's still young. Yeah, yeah, he's young. She, that is, she's quite young, and she likes to jump the fence, even though it's quite a tall fence and difficult for most dogs. But she like bites on the wire or something, and on everything, and just goes around the fence, jumps the fence, goes down, and then she's scared and she wants to go back in to her yard, and then she has a problem and starts barking, and then they need to go out and get her back in. But yeah, quite an interesting dog, and never a dull moment with her, but very, very friendly. Um, but yeah, yeah, pretty much ADHD dog. That's a good one. And that says sorry. She goes, yeah, no, no worries. Uh, Gosh, an athletic woman. Yes, pretty much that. Green Hat says the language is often called Serbo-Croatian or Serbo-Croat. Yes, that's correct. That's why I became interested in the language barrier. Thank you for also clarifying. So yeah, I'll explain that now. So yeah, thank you. And yes, very much. They also have, by the way, those dogs have Serbian names, which is quite funny to us, but I guess to you it wouldn't mean anything. But to us, it's quite funny because usually they have dogs usually have names like uh, Pongo or something like that. But the Serbian names give them extra character, I would say, and it's quite funny. Um, so like if you call your dog like George or Jonathan or something. Um, so yeah, to get back to Green Hat's question. That's an excellent question, and yes, it's true. It's Serbo-Croat. It's called, or one of the reasons why it's called Serbo-Croat, or maybe better if I say this, answer the question right away, straight away, and then get in a bit into details. So there's almost no barrier between Serbian, Croatian, and Bosnian. Macedonian, there's a difference. And when Serbian talks to a Macedonian, Macedonian talks to a Serbian, you don't really understand it at first, and then when you focus, you then could understand some things there. So some words are similar or same, but the first three, there's basically no barrier, and there's also, I would add to it, the Montenegrin. Montenegro is a country that was once we were once Serbia and Montenegro. Now it's divided, and before we were obviously all one, like Serbia and Croatia and Bosnia and Montenegro were all one country of Yugoslavia. So there's that. Ivana says, I have a question. You live um, every day. Yes, Ivana, ask the question. Um, so ask anything. We'll provide the answer. Um, Or did you want to ask where do I live or live stream? Oh, if I live stream every day. Oh, sorry. I always say live and it's live. Um, do I stream live every day? I stream mostly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's like the most common lives for me. And I try to stream on work days, but sometimes because of my work and other obligations and things that I have to do, I don't get the time to stream on other work days, although I try. So sometimes I get to stream like 6 maybe days a week, and sometimes I get to stream like 3 or 4. So yeah, that's pretty much it. On weekends, I stream in the morning, Serbian morning time. On the work days, around this time or a bit earlier, like 4 p.m. or so. So thank you for the question. Um, Probably more on the weekends, says Annette. Yeah. On the weekends, more free time, so more time for the live stream. And I'll Lena says, okay, so yeah, thank you for the question, by the way. If you have any others, of course, just feel free to ask. Or any observations, anything you would like to add. Ivana also speaks the same language, so she knows maybe something more that we could mention to Green Hat. Are you a teacher, by the way? Asks Annette. And Flynn is here, says, hi, Dave. Hello, Flynn. Great to see you again. Welcome back. And hope you're doing great. Hope you're preparing for the fun weekend or for a fun weekend. And to first get back to Annette's question and then get back to Green Hat for more details. If I'm a teacher, not now. I mean, I was before like a full-time teacher, but then something happened with the taxes here and it wasn't viable. And so I had to switch jobs. So I do a totally different type of job now, like an office job. But I do a little bit of teaching sometimes, like online class here and there when I can. So a few times a week I would teach. So I wouldn't say or call myself a teacher now because of that, but I enjoy teaching. My wife was also a teacher at one point. That's a very interesting story, but a very long one. So maybe some other time, if anybody's interested, I can share some quite interesting details there. Green Hat says, I know what Montenegro is. It literally means Black Mountain. That is correct. In Russian, this country is one of the few whose name is translated. Excellent. Ivana says, I need to go. Bye, Dave. Bye, Ivana, or ciao, Ivana. See you next time. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening. Bye. Hope to see you soon. So yeah, excellent. So that's exactly right. Montenegro is the Black Mountain, and that's what it's called because they have lots of mountains, and they look pretty black from a distance as well. They have an interesting culture. They're pretty tall people, and one of the things that they are known for is being quite lazy, which is it sometimes can be a compliment. And they even have like a tournament or competition who's gonna be the laziest, like who's gonna they all just there's competitors come in, they lie down, and one who moves the least or is left the longest, who's just laying down, wins. So yeah, there you go. Just small piece of trivia for them. Beautiful country though, great like seaside and quite interesting. Casino Royale was filmed a little bit there. It's just a few scenes. And it says, I think you would be successful as a teacher. Even kids would like you. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. But yeah, at some point it became non-viable because yeah, they raised the taxes so much that even if you worked full time, you wouldn't be able to pay your bills and everything. So yeah, that's a shame. But thank you for another great compliment. It's quite interesting because yeah, as a teacher, you need to get to know your students, and that part was very interesting to me when I was teaching. It's also because he responds to everyone sympathetically. Thank you, Flynn. That's an interesting observation. I try and connect with the chat. I especially enjoy it now when people are discussing, having interesting questions and discussions between each other and being all friendly and all that. It's great for me. So that's why these lives sometimes get away from me and they are pretty long. Like this one's already an hour long. That's wow. So I enjoy them very much, and I'm very grateful for you folks for being here and making it what it is. So thank you very much. Um, the Green Hat says tall people. Yeah, yeah. They're actually Montenegrins are one of the tallest people in Europe or in the world, basically. So yeah, yeah. When you're in Serbia, for example, and you see quite a tall guy, Serbian people are not short, but when you see a quite tall person, you say, or yeah, he must have some genes from Montenegro. If he's not totally Montenegrin, he's probably got some genes there. So yeah, that's like Serbian height, average height is maybe around 179, 180. And when you see someone from Montenegro, they're usually like 190 or around there. So yeah, yeah, that's um, also hopefully a fun fact. Um, and so yeah, just to get a little bit back to your original question about the languages. So we were, as mentioned, one country before the Yugoslavia. Um, those countries before Yugoslavia were separate, but then we merged, and we were speaking the same language. There's differences in culture, and some words are different. In I guess Serbian, Croatian have some words that are different, and so if somebody would say like a word for maybe November, uh, Serbian would not know what that is in Croatian. So some things like that. But in general, when you're having a conversation with someone, you're capable to understand what they're talking about, and you're able to have a conversation with them. So yeah, very, very small differences there. For Bosnian and Montenegrin, almost no differences, almost. So yeah, yeah, it's basically the same language because I see it as the same language because the point of the language is to be able to communicate, and that's why if you are able to communicate without any problems, that would be the same language to me. I thought that tall people lived in the Netherlands and the other northern countries. I thought that. Oh, sorry. So twice the comment. Flynn says green hat to green hat. That's true. Yes, yes, socialism, Milosevic, and all these things, says Green Hat. Yes. So Flynn and Green Hat are both correct that the Northern Europeans have really tall people, and that's true. It's a it's difficult to. I don't know the exact statistics, but I wouldn't be surprised either way if if you pull up the statistics, if it says that Montenegrins are taller than the um, Nordic Europeans, or vice versa, but it's probably by small margins. So they're up there. It might go like Netherlands, Montenegro, Norway, for example. So, but yeah, yeah, that's that's quite interesting as well because, yeah, Serbian people and Montenegrin people are very, very tightly connected with a lot of things, history, um, culture, the language, the like. For example, literature. We have our 20 dinar, which is a currency, has uh, Niegos, who is a famous writer who is from Montenegro, but he himself, in his writings, would call himself a Serbian. And at that time, basically, it was the same thing. So yeah, there's those, and the big issues are, as Green Hat mentions, excellent knowledge, by the way, Green Hat, on these subjects. So yes, socialism, Milosevic, big impact there, and that led to a lot of bad things. Let's call them that. A lot of strife, and yeah, tearing apart. Not that some people didn't already have some issues before, but definitely socialism, like with that we had after the World War, definitely saw it to that there's a big divide, and then and also it tried pushing together people that didn't want to be together, which created then even more friction. And then Milosevic added to all that. So yeah, pretty hectic. Do Serbs have patronymics? Um, was I pronouncing that correctly? Patronymics. Um, could you, uh, sorry, just explain the word, because yeah, I'm drawing a blank, because patro for me would be like something like a patriarchy, so something connected with that. What do you do for living? Dave asks. Um, V, but I'm sorry, I'm also trying to remember V's name, because there's a lot of names that were thrown out today, and I'm trying to recall. Um, I'm drawing a blank, but oh, Kaka, right. So Kaka said, "What do you do for a living?" So I know, like, I was trying the other names that were quite similar, but Kaka is like the famous name. So yeah, that's why. My apologies. Yeah, sorry, Kaka, for that. I'll definitely remember now. Um, so yeah, I at the moment I am, what would I call it? A copywriter for. Um, I'm a copywriter in a marketing department, so I write some promotional stuff, um, like commercials and emails, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's what I do. It's I work for a company that I don't really like or enjoy. So yeah, that's something that I would like to switch. I would love to switch my job, but at the moment I can't do that. So hopefully in the future, like maybe a year from now, I'm hoping to be able to have a switch and have an easier, more enjoyable job, and that would be the dream. Sunny says, "Cool live." Says this. Thank you very much, Sunny. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being part of the chat. Green Hat says, "You're right. Patronymic and patriarchy, sorry, come from the same Greek word meaning father." Yeah, there we go. Um, that makes sense. And yeah, patriarchy and patriarchal, all that. And Green Hat is pretty knowledgeable about a lot of different things, so which is big respect. Um, and I would it would be difficult to guess what Green Hat's, let's say, um, background, or what kind of job, or what kind of education Green Hat had or has. But it's pretty cool that you um, are sharing all of this with us. So thank you very much for that. Flynn says my friend and I are both 6 foot, and when we walk around happily, unless we see a 6 foot two Netherland woman. Okay, yeah, that may that makes sense. So then, yeah, you so it's basically two colossus just walking down the street, and yeah, you could only be dwarfed by someone from the Netherlands, or maybe um, Montenegro, as we said. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool being so tall. I hope you don't have problems like getting into cars or going through door frames. But otherwise, I'm sure you're, and having those what's the weather up there jokes all the time. Other than that, I'm sure it's yeah, it's a pretty cool gig. It's a pretty good feeling. Um, Patronymic is part of a child's name given to him based on his father's name. Among Slavs, it often ends with yes. That's um, that's what we do have. I was kind of like going that way, that you might be meaning that maybe, but then again, I wasn't very sure of that. So yeah, that's thank you for clarifying, Green Hat. Um, we do have that, and we have something else as well that I'll mention in a sec. Whatever the job is, as long as it's honest work day for us men, our pride is in working. There's just what our that's just what our life is. Very very true, Kaka. I mean, I would love to do something with this job. I can't say that it's making the world a better place or something like that. But um, if I get or could get a job that I can say, okay, this is really making some sort of a difference for some people, then I'd really much enjoy that. So we'll see. Hopefully that happens in the future. I would feel much better. But yeah, that's true. We do what we can. So yeah, very true, Kaka. Annette asks if Green Hat is a linguist, or are you a linguist, Green Hat? Um, Judy Titan says hi, hello there. Thank you for joining us. As men, Kaka says, as men, we've got each other's backs because we just yeah, yeah. That's true. We gotta have each other's backs. So yeah, support for each other. That's true. For well, support for all people, I'd say. But yeah. Um, Green Hat says to Flynn, "I'm almost 2 meters tall, and seeing people around me who aren't near my armpit sounds like a dream." Yeah, there you go. So, Green Hat, the giant as well. We have a lot of giants in the chat today. Pretty cool. Um, and yeah, it can be tough, I guess. So yeah, it's um, I've known from a little bit of experience that it's, for example, more difficult for taller people, obviously, to do some sort of movements in sports. Depends on the sport, obviously, but also some types of exercises, like for example, obviously a squat would be more difficult for a taller person than it is for someone who's shorter. So those kinds of things, I guess, can sometimes get in the way. But other than that, I hope you don't have a lot of issues being so tall. You might get a lot of like attention and praise, and people might say like, "Oh, cool, pretty like a tall person." That's always hopefully fun. Um, but Green Hat says, for example, the president of the Ukraine is called Vladimir Alexandrovich because his father was named Alexander. Yeah, yeah, that's a great example of patronymic naming. And we have we have in the last names of people, we have ich, like Jovanovic, and that comes from that because Jovanovic, like from Jovan. Jovan would be the name, Jovanovic would be the last name. There's that. But there's also, like in Russian, someone's, like, I'm gonna butcher this, but like Kurnikova, Kova, like of him. So possession based, basically belonging to him. And we have that here sometimes as well, just in the language in general. Like there's uh, not a name, not a last name, but a nickname, and someone says Miladinov or Milanov or something like that, meaning from him. So basically, exactly, basically or exactly like that. Honestly, Serbia's GDP is pretty average. Are there manufacturing plants and agriculture getting good support, Dave? What's your take on this? Excellent question, Kaka. I'm gonna get into that. The hardest exercise for tall people not hitting your head. I can see that. Can see that. So a helmet would be in order. But yeah, I guess um, if I was a millionaire, then I wouldn't buy you a Ferrari. Maybe like something quite higher or taller, like a Hummer, Humvee, something like that for a tall man. Green Hat, I won't say you are lucky, but it's pretty cool, says Flynn. There you go, awesome. Yeah, um, I can see that. People usually like seeing tall people, and they're pretty impressed just by height. So yeah, awesome. And by the way, because I should have known also well, should have patronymic. Like if my wife was here in the room, she would be able to tell us maybe a bit more, as she studied Greek in university. So that's her major, and yeah, I would ask her a bit more maybe on the meaning of the word. But it's getting quite late, and unfortunately, I'll have to get ready for work tomorrow. So I'll have to end this in just a few minutes. My apologies for that, folks. But I'll get back to Kaka's question on the economy. It's a big topic, and I would love to talk about it more maybe next time. If you like, you can uh, give me that question again if you want us to talk about that. I'll just give it like a quick answer for now. The economy is doing, unfortunately, and probably even worse than it shows, because unfortunately some of those numbers are being fudged a bit. And like when you go to, for example, and see average earnings or the average salary here, it's affected by huge earnings of some people. We have a big number of millionaires that got rich through illegal activities and connections with shady things. And that's been going on more and more. So there's that. And that's why like the economy is not booming as it was. Like raspberries, for example, were one of the main exports, and we were at one point in time the top exporter of raspberries in the world. Now we're maybe fifth or something, but that's, for example, getting quite diminished. The prices of say, raspberries are going up and up. And for us, the prices for the things that are grown here, like those raspberries or other things, are more expensive than when, like, if you see a product that's made in Serbia, it's more expensive for Serbs than it is for people that we're exporting it to. Like, you go to Bosnia and you buy our product, it's going to be cheaper. So things like that. The economy is not in a good place. It can improve. There's a lot of issues there, but that's the general thing. Hopefully, it's gonna get better and better. There's like the market for like housing and all that skyrockets. It's like the average salary, the data would show maybe that it's around 900 euros, and it's probably much lower because, as I mentioned, the huge numbers of people that are millionaires and billionaires almost are affecting that. But the average person has a really low salary and of, like, let's say 800 euros. And the price for, let's say, a flat that's 400 square meters, that's not in the center of the city, that's on the outskirts, costs like 200,000 euros. So insane prices at the moment. Green Hat says it was nice being to be here again. Thank you very much for that, Green Hat. Always glad to have you. Thank you for dropping a bit of wisdom on us as well. Very much appreciated, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. How does vehicle taxation work, Dave? And I'm all ears. That's too expensive, says Kaka. Movie Decoded says, hey, hello, bro. How was your day? Which country are you from? From Serbia, my man. And it was a great day, busy day, but it was great. And also thanks to the people here in the chat, made it even better. So thank you like that. Thank you for that. And Claire says, hi, I liked. Thank you very much for the likes. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being part of this chat. I really much enjoyed it. Kaka, please remind me, and we can discuss this for our next chat if you like. So thank you all. I'll have to end the chat unfortunately now, but thank you very much for today, and hope to see you soon. Take care. All the best wishes, and have a great evening. See you again, Dave, from Annette. See you, Annette. Much love, and thank you. Take care. Bye, everybody.